Hello everyone, welcome back to another session of Pudusu Pudusa Tinisu Tinisa. A very warm and pleasant morning to one and all attending the meeting. Myself, R. Vaishnavi, and my friend J. Agnes Vinci, second year students of National Engineering College, are here to compare the event. It's a matter of immense pride to speak here before all of you in this wonderful morning.
Let me commence the session with this charming quote. Coming together is the beginning, keeping together is the progress, working together is success. This event mainly focuses on the students who have been preparing for UPSC and other related exams. Our main target is to let them know the current affairs. So now we are here to know the current affairs on August 2022. It gives me an immense privilege to welcome our college director, Dr. S. Shanmugavel, and our principal, Dr. K. Kalidasa Murugavel.
A warm welcome is the first sign of hospitality. Words of welcome fill an occasion with warmth and make one feel that he is meant to be here. I now request a volunteer, Mr. S. Rahul of 3rd year Tribili, to deliver the welcome address.
Good morning, all. I get privilege to extend the welcome address to all the dignitaries who have witnessed this event. On considering this, we have organized this Pudusu Pudusa Tinisilisa Valam 12. I really thank the management of National Engineering College from the bottom of my heart. On behalf of National Engineering College, I extend my hearty welcome to all the participants and I overwhelm to welcome our beloved director, Dr. S. Shanmugavel. Welcome you, sir. I am also pleased to welcome our respected principal, Dr. Kalidasa Murugavel, for gracing this occasion with this present. And also, I would welcome our speakers, Mrs. S. Sakti Sujana, the American College Madurai, Mrs. Vaishya R. National Engineering College Kovilpatti, Mr. Manihandan B. National Engineering College Kovilpatti, Mr. Gairi Chaudhry Guru Gobind Singh Indraprasad University Delhi, Mrs. Madhumita GPR National College Trichy. I am grateful to all the volunteers and the program officers for their support and words of encouragement. Last but not least, I would would like to welcome all the participants who have chosen to spend their valuable time by gracing this occasion. We welcome you all.
Thank you so much, Mr. S. Rahul.
I am glad to welcome Miss S. Shakti Sujana from the American College, Madurai, to share us the update in international news in the month of August 2022.
Good morning, aspirants. Am I audible?
Yes, audible.
Guys, thank you. So I am S. Shakti Sujana, BA Hindi from American College. So I am glad to share the international and relation current affairs. So let's start with the August news. That's former Soviet leader Mikhail Gorbachev passes away in August, 30th of August. So in this year. So Mr. Gorbachev became General Secretary of the Soviet Communist Party and de facto leader of the country in 1985. And he has contributed his major role in India and Russia relationship. On this context, this is very important news and who always wanted peace. In present Russia and Ukraine war also, he showed his disapproval and he won the Nobel Prize, Peace Prize for negotiating a historic nuclear arms pact with US leader Ronald Reagan. So here we move to the next news. From the past few months, we were aware of the economic crisis faced by the Pakistan, right? And they seek bailout packages from IMF, that's International Monetary Fund. On this context, let's move into it. IMF money reaches Pakistan on 29th August 2022. So here, the International Monetary Fund convened a meeting of its executive board on August 29, 2022 to approve a bailout package for cash-strapped Pakistan. And the IMF had announced on July 13 a staff level agreement with Pakistan on 9 months USD 1 billion increase in the size of bailout package to USD 7 billion. So here IMF has sanctioned $7 billion US dollars to the Pakistan for to come up with their economic crisis. So let's move into third news. UK's biggest warship, HMS Prince of Wales, breakdown. So here, this news becomes important in the context when, because in the early of this year, 2022 January, this warship has been assigned the role of NATO's command ship. So here, this ship, HMS Prince of Wales, is also the newest aircraft carrier in the UK, costing 3.5 billion and weighing stunning 65,000 tons. This warship was to set sail across the Atlantic to practice training experience for the US Navy. So let's move on to the next news. Germany becomes the first nation to launch hydrogen trains. So, Germany was the first nation to launch hydrogen trains. So, here, see the trains total of 14 hydrogen powered trains will operate on a regional route in Germany. So, Germany inaugurated the world's first hydrogen powered train, Korodia Island, on 24th August. This is manufactured by Alstom. These trains will only emit steam and condensed water. This is very important. We should note it that this train will only emit steam and condensed water while operating with the low level of noise. And these trains can travel a maximum speed of 140 km per hour. So let's move on to the next news. NASA's Artemis 1 mission to the moon to lift off on August 29, 2022. This news becomes important because Artemis 1 is going to be the first flight of the new space launch system. It will be the most powerful rocket engine ever flown to the space. So, if a question is asked in the prelims or in current affairs, generally we should know that This is the most powerful rocket engine ever flown to the space, even more powerful than Apollo Saturn V system. So this spacecraft is scheduled to travel to the moon, deploy some, there will be some deploying of small satellites and then settle into the orbit. So let's move into the next news. Mark Rutherford becomes youngest person to fly solo around the world. This person is belonged to he's 17-year-old British pilot Mark Rutherford, youngest person to fly solo around the world in a small plane. He fled in a small plane. He made this record in just 150 days. He began this journey on 23rd March 2022 and landed his aircraft in Bulgarian capital Sofia in August 2022. The flight took Rutherford through 52 countries over 5 continents. So let's move into the next news. International Dog Day was celebrated on 26th of August, and every year it was first celebrated in 2004 by animal welfare activist and a pet lifestyle expert Colin Page, and she was the founder of National Wildlife Day as well. So uh, we should remember this day, because this will be useful in two major things, that International Dog Day and another is National Wildlife Day. So let's move into the next news. South Korea signs $2.25 billion deal with Russian nuclear company. So in this context, we should recollect the past news that Russia and Ukraine war led many sanctions on the Russia. As we know, American allies pushes an economic pressure campaign to isolate Russia over its war on Ukraine, right? And South Korea officials said the US was consulted in advance about the deal, and the technologies being supplied by Seoul for the project would not clash with international sanctions against Russia. So, uh, South Korea has signed 2.25 billion deal with the Russian state-run nuclear energy company, and it has been signed to provide components for Egypt's first nuclear power plant. And ASE is a subsidiary of Rosatom, a state-owned Russian nuclear conglomerate. South Korea and Next news here is South Korea has also signed a $20 billion contract to build nuclear power reactor in a UAE, that's United American Arab Emirates. So South Korean president, we should know, Yoon Suk Yeol. Thank you for the patience listening.
Thank you so much, Mrs. Shakti Sudhana. It was a great hearing.
Now I call upon Miss R. Vaishya from National Engineering College to share us the updates in national news.
My screen is visible.
Yeah, it's visible.
Good morning, everyone. My name is Vaishya, third year Triple E, National Engineering College, Koilipatti. I'm going to present topic national current affairs. The first news is the world largest floating solar power plant in India. This project is estimated to be over the worth of the 3,000 crores in Kantwa. The solar power plant is going to build in Madhya Pradesh, Kantwa. It's said to be the world's largest floating solar power plant. It will generate the 16 megapower watt by 2020 to 2023. This project is to be estimated over the worth of 3,000 crores. The Omkareshwar Dam is built on a Narmada River. This is our tidal project, and thus we produce the energy from the water. It's spread over about 100 square kilometers, where the large water body, where the water level remains normal. The Renewable Energy Department Principal Secretary Sanjay Dubai told us that. This is the picture of the world solar floating power plant in Kantwa. And Dubai Sol said that the changing the water level in area where was the nominal, and it serves as a suitable site. We will have the PPA of 300 megawatt. So we are little bit leverages, maybe little more as less as per the requirements. The total instead of 300, we are doing a PPA in a first phase of 278 megapower. NTPC declared that commercial operation of the final part of the capacity 20 megawatt out of 100 megawatt. The Ramagundam floating solar power jet at Ramagundam. Telangana will effect from the 1st July. With this operationally of the operationalization of the 100 megapower solar project at Ramagundam, the total commercial operation of the solar capacity in a southern region to the 170 megawatts. Second is the 2G ethanol power plant. On World Biofuel Day, August 10, the Prime Minister Narendra Modi dedicated to the nation the second generation of the 2G ethanol power plant. Then first in country, the Panipat in Haryana. In this address during the event, Prime Minister Modi said that the last 7 to 8 years, the country has saved the 15,000 crores in forex outflow by blending ethanol with petroleum. He also said that this plant provides the permanent solution to the problem of the stubble burning of farms. India achieved its target of the average of 10% of blending across the country 5 years in advance in June in this year. This is the 2G ethanol plant in Haryana and Panipat. Subsequently, the government amended National Biofuel Policy 2018, which among the other thing advanced the ethanol blending target of 20% in petrol 2025 to 2026 from the 2030 earlier. In this attempt, the boost the biofuel productions and government has also made the amendment to include the more feedstock for the productions. A slow start for the 2G ethanol. The manufacturing of the 2G ethanol hot off to the slow start. Way back in 2016 to 2017, the state running oil marketing companies, OMC, had announced the plan to set up the total of 12 plants, but the first of this commenced by the Indian Oil Corporations only in this month. Third news is electricity bill in 2022. The government of India tabulated the electricity bill 2022 during the ongoing monsoon section of the parliament. After these introductions, the bill was referred to the Parliamentary Standing Committee on the Energy for the wider consultation with the stakeholders. The latest bill processed the multiple amendment to the Electricity Act 2023 and also laid the groundwork for the privatization of the electricity. The Electricity Bills 2022, the object and principle of these bills are amend to the Electricity Act. First is increase the fund allocated to the electricity regulatory authority from the 0.3 to 0.7 percentage of the revenue received from the generated electric energy. Second one, the provide for the term of office of the member of the authority. Third one, the provide the additional function of the authority. Fourth, the empower the minister to prescribe the procedure of the transfer generation assets to the government. Fifth, they prescribe the customs under the which holder for the generation license or transmission license may supply electricity to the persons other than bulk supplier. Provide the penalty for the theft electricity and violation for the electrical facilities. Provide for the memberships and funding for the electrical disputes and provide to the related matters. The fourth is the SMILE 75. The SMILE is the support for the marginalized individual for the livelihood and enterprise. On August 12, the Social Justice and Empowerment Ministry launched the SMILE 75 initiative for the comprehensive rehabilitation for the persons engaged in being with the 75 identified municipalities. This initiative has been launched as the Azarika Amit Mahotsav, celebrating the 70 years of independence. The initiative is a part of Ministry ongoing SMILE project, support for the marginalized individual for the livelihood and enterprise, for which the rupees 100 crore has been allocated to the till the 2025 to 2026. Thank you.
Thank you so much, Miss R. Vaishya.
Next, we would like to hear the words of Mr. V. Manikandan from National Engineering College to share the updated news in Tamil Nadu.
Hi friends, good morning to one and all gathered here. Pleasant morning here. I am Manigandan from third year mechanical department. Today the national service team conduct புதுசு புதுசா தினுசு தினுசா வளம் 12. My topic is Tamil Nadu. I can present my screen. Chennai Second Airport. It has been more than 25 days since the Tamil Nadu and central government said a second airport for Chennai would come up at Parandurai, about 59 kilometers from the airport at Meenambakkam. The Chief Minister M.K. Stalin on Tuesday said a greenfield airport will come up at an estimate cost of rupees 20,000 crores. Madras Day 22 August. The Madras Day is celebration composed to recognize the establishing of the city of Madras, presently Chennai in Tamil Nadu, India. It is commanded on August 22 concurrently. August 22, 1639 being the broadly concord data for the acquisition of the town of Madras Pattinam or Chennapattinam by East India Company factor Andrew Cogan and Francis Day from Dharmala Venkatri Nayaka, the emissary of the Vijayanagar Empire. Chevalier Award. The Chevalier de Legion, honors of prisoners of the Legion of Honor, was conferred on her in an illustrious ceremony by Catherine Colonna, France's minister for Europe and Foreign Affairs during the visit to India this week. The award was conferred on behalf of France President Emmanuel Macron. London, September 16, PTI promote Indian scientists. The industrialist Dr. Swati Perumal has been conferred France's top civilian honor for her contribution in the fields of business and industry, science, medicine, and towards strengthening Indo-Francis ties. ADMK first MP. The first MP of ADMK, Mrs. Maya Tevar, was born on October 15, 1934, at T. Uchambatti near Usulambatti in Madurai district, completing her schooling at S.T. Xavier Higher Secondary School, Palayamkottai. He went on the pursues a bachelor's and master degree at Pachayappa College in Tamil Nadu. Former members of parliament and senior All India Anna Dravida Munnetra Kalagam ADMK politician K. Maya Devar passed away due to age-related illness at his residence in Chinnalapatti near Dindikkal on Tuesday afternoon. He was 87 years old. Chola ideas from US. The Idol Wings CDI has submitted documents to US officials through the central government to retrieve 6 accused Chola era bronze ideas that went missing from the Veeracholapuram temple in Kuri district in the 1960s. They were spotted at the Civiland Museum and Christine Atkins house in US. The temple was constructed 900 years ago by Chola king Rajendra Chola. The French Institution of Puducherry (IFP) also provided the photography of the ideals taken in 1956 to the Ideal Wings to pure its investigation. And give me this opportunity for NSS members and volunteers. Thank you for this opportunity.
Thank you so much, Mr. Me Manigandan.
And then I would like to welcome and hear the words of Mr. Gairik Chaudhary from Guru Gobind Singh Indraprastha University, Delhi, to share the updates on sports.
Hi, thank you so much. I'll just present my screen. Um, I think it should be visible now. Okay. Yeah. So, hi everyone. My name is Garrick Chaudhary, and I'll be speaking about the current affairs on sports. Okay. So, starting with cricket. So, in cricket, we have first is Women's ODI Cup 2025 So recently, women's T20 game debuted in the Commonwealth Games in Birmingham that happened this year, and the next international cricket championship for women in 2025 will be hosted by India, right? And after that, in 2024, it would be held by Bangladesh, and in 2027, it would be held by Sri Lanka. Moving on, currently it's been a world record that Kieron Pollard, if some of you follow cricket, has become the first cricketer to play 600 T20 matches. So yeah, it's a record in itself. Moving on, we have under 20 world championships. So these championships are mainly related to athletic sports, right? And in this particular under 20 world championships that are currently happening, India's junior wrestler Antim Panghal created history by becoming the first under 20 world champion of India in Sofia, Bulgaria, right? And Panghal also became the first ever Indian woman, right, wrestler to win a gold in this particular championship. Furthermore, in the final, Antim defeated Atlin Shagayeva of Kazakhstan in the 53 kg
Nice,
category to win a gold medal.
nice, no. You will be happy in LSS current PPT.
Sorry, am I audible? Is my screen visible? Can anyone just confirm?
Yeah, it's visible. You may continue.
Okay,
Yeah,
thank
sorry.
you. Yeah. So then comes Selva Prabhu Thirumaram, who won men's triple jump silver in World Athletics Under 20 Championship. And he also completed behind Jamaica's Jaden Hilbert. It was India's third medal under 20 championship. And in the 4 by 400 meter blended relay workforce, India got a silver. And Rupal Chaudhary, India's runner, got a bronze in ladies 400 meters. Then we talk about Birmingham Commonwealth Games 2022, in which it was India's 18th appearance in the Commonwealth Games, and India finished fourth on the podium at the Commonwealth Games. It had an overall medal tally of 61, while um, while Saikom Mirabai Chanu won the first gold medal for the country. India also won its first ever medal in lawn bowls after women's four teams won gold medal. Men's four teams won silver medal in the game. Sarath Kamal won three gold and one silver medal in table tennis. India's women cricket team won silver medal. In judo, India performed well with Sushila Devi Likmambam, who got a silver. Tulika Maan got a silver, and Vijay Kumar Yadav got a bronze. Saurav Ghosal in men's Deepika Pallikal and Saurav Ghosal mixed doubles won bronze in squash. India's best ever showing at the Commonwealth Games was still at home in 2010 when Commonwealth Games were held in India. And lastly, in terms of overall medals won, Birmingham 2022 is the fifth best showing after New Delhi, right? And Manchester 2002 Commonwealth Games was the second best. After that, Gold Coast, and lastly, Glasgow. So, but overall, you can say that in the Commonwealth Games at Birmingham, India has improved a lot. So, with regard to medals, I just covered that, but I'll just quickly go again. Anahat Singh of Delhi is the youngest, who is 14 years old, badminton player, and yeah, his record is basically being young. Indian weightlifter Achinta Sholi of West Bengal wins a gold medal in men's 73 kg weightlifting finals. Mirabai Chanu of Manipur wins India's first gold medal in women's 49 kg weightlifting final. Jeremy Lal Ringnunga of Mizoram won gold in men's 67 kg category weightlifting. Sanket Mahadev Sagar of Maharashtra wins India's first silver in weightlifting. Uh, Bindayani Devi of Manipur wins silver in weightlifting. India's Harjinder Kaur of Punjab claimed the bronze medal in women's 71 kg weightlifting. In judo, Sushila Devi Mabam of Manipur won the silver medal, while Vijay Kumar of Uttar Pradesh bagged the bronze. And lastly, weightlifter Gurjara Pujari of Karnataka wins bronze. Then comes particularly hockey. So after a gap of 16 years, India's women's hockey team wins bronze medal against New Zealand. India's men's hockey teams also had a great performance and they won a silver medal against Australia in the event. And previously, India also did win a silver medal at 2006 Melbourne Commonwealth Games. Coming on to Paris Olympics, so this year's Paris Olympics motto is Games Wide Open, so and they will be held in 2024 from July 26 to August 11, 2024, right in Paris, France. The slogan again, as I for the particularly Paralympics 2024 would be faster, higher, stronger, as well as more inclusive, more brotherly, and more beautiful. And as I said, the official slogan is Games Wide Open. Then comes football. So in football, Sunil Chetri and Manisha Kalyan have been declared as footballers of the year for men and women respectively. And this particular announcement has been done by All India Football Federation. And Manisha had also won Women's Emerging Footballer of the Year for the last season. This is the seventh time that Sunil has won the award. Right. Moving on. So South Asian Football Federation Under 20 Championship, in which India beat Bangladesh and clinched the 2022 South Asia Football Federation Under 20 Championship title. India was also the host of the fourth edition, and the Under 20 Championship conducted by SAFF is an international football competition for men under 18 national teams organized by South Asian Football Federation. It's basically South Asian countries like Pakistan, India, Bangladesh, Nepal, Bhutan, Sri Lanka. Right. Moving on, a lot of you might have read about this in newspapers that All India Football Federation, which kind of makes the team for FIFA, has been suspended by FIFA. Right. So FIFA is going to take place in Qatar, I guess. Right. So yeah, this basically talks about why it has been done. So, FIFA, the governing body of the world football, suspended All India Football Federation for undue interference by a third party. So, if you know about this particular case that has been going on since May 18, 2022, the AIFF is being run by a three-member committee of administrators, right? They were appointed by the Supreme Court after removing Praful Patel and his executive committee, whose term ended in December 2020. The appointment of COA is considered third-party interference and goes against FIFA statutes that ask all country to manage its affairs independently. So basically, FIFA is like saying that, you know, the Supreme Court, whatever it has done, it's kind of, a sort of third-party interference. So we don't really agree to that. So basically, what this means for the Indian football team is that it cannot really participate or even give trials for FIFA. So, which also means that India will lose its hosting rights for FIFA Under 17 Women's World Cup. Moving on, our nationally acclaimed Durand Cup. It's also a football championship. So this will be the 131st edition of historic Durand Cup, which will take place in Calcutta, Kolkata, however you may want to call it. It is Asia's oldest football tournament and signifies the beginning of the football season in India. Um, so basically, a bit of history. Mortimer Durand, the former Foreign Secretary of British India, founded the Durand Cup in 1888. So he basically liked a lot of football, right? And it was initially played amongst the armed services, but later it was open for professional football clubs as well. The Durand Cup Tournament Society organizes the annual event in association with All India Football Federation, the association that I talked about in the last slide, right? And the winners receive three trophies. The first trophy is Durand Cup, the President's Cup, and the last is Shimla Trophy. So this is quite important if you want to write it down, right? And then comes 2022 UEFA Super Cup. So this is basically European Football Championship, right? So a bit of news: Real Madrid, some of you may really like it, beat Eintracht Frankfurt to win the 2022 UEFA Super Cup in Finland, and Real Madrid won this title for the record equaling fifth time. So if there's a question that which team has won the highest numbers of UEFA Champions League, So the answer should be Real Madrid, right? Prior to this, Team Barcelona and Team Milan won the trophy 5 times each. So if there, most probably there would be like one of these kind of options of these three. So keep that in mind. UEFA Super Cup is an annual football match organized by UEFA for the winners of the two main European club competitions. Then comes chess. With regard to chess, so we have the 75th Chess Grand Master of India, whose name is V. Pranav, and he became the Grand Master by winning a tournament in Romania. He is a 15-year-old and obtained his maiden Grandmastership norm in 2021. And Pranav is the 27th Grandmaster of Chess from Tamil Nadu. Okay. Then comes Tata Steel Chess India Tournament. So Tata Steel, the company, famous company, they organized this chess tournament. So they organized the fourth edition, which will be held in Kolkata. And for the first time, they have a separate women's section. Um, and before that, it was kind of both boys and girls competed together. Tata Steel Chess India is one of the most important chess tournaments, right? And the top Indian female players are Koneru, Hampi, D. Harika, and R. Vaishali, who will compete in the maiden women's edition, like this year's. Right. Then comes FTX Crypto Cup. Indian chess master Ramesh Babu Pragnanandha has defeated world champion Magnus Carlsen of Norway in the FTX Crypto Cup in Miami, USA. He defeated Magnus Carlsen for the third time in a year, but he ended in second place in the final standings of the tournament. Right. Lastly, a few famous sports persons. First is PV Sandhu. PV Sandhu won the first ever singles gold in badminton in the ongoing Commonwealth Games that took place in Birmingham this year, 2022. And Sindhu took on Mitchell Lee of Canada in her quest for the gold medal. Sindhu's first ever gold comes from winning bronze in 2014 Commonwealth Games and a silver in 2018. So in 2014 she won in 2014 Commonwealth Games she won a bronze. In 2018 she won a silver, and in 2022 she won a gold. Right. Then comes Serena Williams. So Serena Williams is also known as the Queen of Tennis. She is an American tennis player, and she has announced her retirement. She played for around 22 years, and in her whole career, she bagged 73 single titles. You can call them like awards, and 23 career double titles. Right. So yeah, that was my presentation. Thank you so much for hearing me. I hope you all have a great preparation. All the best. Yes.
Thank you so much, Mr. Gairik Chaudhary.
Now I invite Ms. Madhumita from National College Trichy to let us know updates on science and technologies.
College. Now I present a science and technology. Science and technology. South Korean moon mission. South Korean launch is made separate to the moon. The South Korean launcher orbit will inspect the further language sports. It is the mission is successful. It will join space in India, US, and China, which are already operation across the moon. India, Russia, Japan will also launch new moon mission in 2022 to 23. India first teaching robot. India's international school has launched the innovated and first teaching robot in India and the Eagle robot. The Iran Indian school have 21 Eagle robots deployed with 7 in each of Hyderabad, Bangalore and Pune. Eagle robot is very interactive, personalized experience and ambulance. Emotions to the digital face. ISRO smallest rocket in the space. ISRO launched in the smallest commercial rocket small satellite launch vehicle. SSR, the rocket can put a payload of 500 kgs to 500 kilometers in the planar orbit. The SSLV can be assembled with a fortnight. The carrier to play loads on its middle flight. Flight synthetics embryo with sand. The Israel scientists has developed the world's first scientific embryo outside the womb using stem cells cultures in the petri dish. These cells were cultured with the useful of fertilized sperms. Jupiter's image. The image Webb Space telescopes has captured such a spectral picture of the planet Jupiter for the first time. The picture was taken by the James Webb 27th July 2022. The James Webb Space Telescope is a large interface telescope. It will study every phases in the history of universe. The telescope is to travel at a distance of 1.5 million kilometers from the Earth. Hydrogen-powered passenger train. Germany delivers a new hydrogen-powered train, Hornet Limited. This train proceeds zero emission as they emit only steam and consumed water. It will be cut down 4,400 tons of CO2 released every year in Germany. 3D printed post office. India's first 3D printed post office is located in Bangalore, Karnataka. The new post office building is Cambridge layout in Hostler and Bangalore. L&T, the only company currently in India utilizing 3D printing technology for construction. Advanced toward artillery gun system. The advanced toward artillery gun system will be used for 21 guns settled during the Independence Day. The ATGS is a 155 millimeter 52 caliber heavy artillery gun. It is the jointly developed by the Amnon Research and Development Establishment. The firing range of the new heavy artillery gun is 45 kilometers. The first India is World War. Thank you.
Thank you so much, Miss Madhumita.
So, is there any queries you can ask? Okay, as we come to close of the event, I invite Mr. K. Rahul Nayagam from 3rd year CSE to conclude this event with vote of thanks.
Very good morning, Jonanda. The best and beautiful things in the world cannot be seen or even touched. They must be felt by heart. Thank you is one such a prayer among them. I consider it a great privilege to extend the vote of thanks to all the dignitaries who have witnessed this event. We have organized this event called Pudusu Pudusa Dinisa Dinisa. I am really thankful to the management of National Engineering College from the bottom of my heart. I'm so happy to convey my thanks to our director, Dr. S. Sanmugavel, and to our respected principal, Dr. K. Kalidasa Murugavel, sir. Thank you, sir. I would like to convey my special thanks to our speakers, Ms. S. Sakti Sujana, the American College from the American College Madurai, Ms. Vasia from National Engineering College Kovilpatti, Mr. Manikandan from National Engineering College from Kovilpatti, Mr. Gadik Chaudhry, Guru Gobind Singh Indraprasada University, Delhi, Ms. Madhumita National College, Trichy. Thank you all. You all this made the event a grand success. On behalf of National Engineering College, I extend my hearty congratulations to all the participants and volunteers. I'm grateful to the program officers for their support words of encouragement. Thank you, sir. And also convey my thanks to our volunteers. Thank you. Have a great day.
Thank you, Rahul.
Thank you, Mr. K. Rahul Nayagam.
I would like to conclude the session with a quote. It always seems impossible until it's done. Thank you all for making this event a grand success. Until we meet again, take care and have a wonderful day ahead. Thank you, everyone.
Thank you.